Hello. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We have a bad stream quality for a second. What's happening? Alright, now it looks like we're good. Okay. We were dropping frames left and right there. Okay. Oh, I don't know how to feel about this. Hey, Silva. Alright, listen. Listen. I'm here. So, I wished my ex's mother a happy birthday on Facebook because I'm still Facebook friends with her. So I'm telling you how I feel about what I'm feeling weird about, and she didn't just like do like a heart react or anything, right? Because I didn't even know whether she knew who I was because we never really interacted much at all, right? She heart reacted and said thanks, Orion, and that that is just interesting, because that tells me that she does know who I am. I mean, okay, legitimately, I dated her daughter for like a year, so she should theoretically know who I am. It's just like we never really interacted at all. Alright. But how was everybody's weekend? What did everybody get up to? I can't wait to tell you all about the goofy stuff I got up to this weekend. I don't know if awkward's the right word, but like, she spelled my name in the traditional kind of way with two O's instead of an O and an A. But I'm not gonna correct her because like, I'm just glad there's part of me that's glad she knows how I'm doing, and there's part of me that's always gonna wonder how my ex is doing, right? We didn't exactly break up under good terms, and there was a lot of stuff involved there. Where is watching cursed collab videos, the usual. All right, that's cool. I booted up Facebook again because before I closed it, it said that it was my friend's birthday and I wanted to wish one of my friends a happy birthday. So I booted Facebook back up, and now I'm not seeing the thing where it tells me who's is it under friends? They've moved everything around. Okay. Whatever. I'll just close Facebook again. Anyway, let's get to the actual just chatting screen. Also, can you hear the background music? There we go. Cool. Can you hear the background music? Yeah, so I got permission to use a new background thing. So I, like a lot of people, saw the meme that was getting spread around that was talking about someone saying whenever they clean the kitchen, they like to listen to medieval lo-fi because it makes them feel like they're closing a fantasy tavern, right? I don't know if you've seen that meme, but that meme was going around and I saw that and I was like, oh, that sounds so cool because I love listening to lo-fi. And I hadn't listened to medieval lo-fi, so I Googled it, and there is straight up a YouTube channel called Medieval Lo-Fi. Um, and the person who made it claims that they made all of the music that they play. It's their own original music, and they've released their music under the Creative Commons YouTube license, and YouTube lets them release their music under the Creative Commons license, which means it didn't get content ID'd by YouTube to be anything. And this person's apparently spent like the last 3 years making songs that are medieval lo-fi. And so they're not just jumping on the trend, they've been doing this a while. And so they released a video. So they have their regular playlist, right, which is what we have playing right now. And then they released a video after the meme happened that said medieval lo-fi for closing a tavern, which is all their songs just playing back to back to back instead of having the playlist. They released it as a video. And I commented on the video and I was like, hey, can I use this for background music for my stream on YouTube? And they said yes. So I'm like, yeah. Which reminds me, I wanted to snip that. I wanted to get a snip of that so that way I have that saved in case anything happens. Here we go, this. Okay. Give me just a second. I'm telling you, this snipping tool, Silva, thank you for teaching me how to use this snipping tool. It has been so absolutely handy. Like before, my method of taking screenshots was so clunky, but this snipping tool makes everything so much easier. You all, like, you teach me, every one of you teaches me something new and interesting. Sometimes it's Nabiru teaching me cursed yabai things. With her references. Sometimes it's Silva teaching me cool new computer stuff, but all of you teach me something. Yes, ambiance is important. Okay. So there you see it. I asked for permission and I got permission. It's so cool that I don't have to like crop the entire picture. I can just get boop. And I made sure to say that, or also I think it's really goofy that you can't leave a comment on an ongoing stream. You can only leave a comment on a VOD or a video. Or a short. You can't, like, that. I think that's kind of goofy. Like, Exactly, Nabiru. You sharing animes. We had a I had an interesting conversation with Silva on Saturday for anime night, in which like, uh, yes, I think the intense OP is a lot of what made Attack on Titan kick off so fast. Um, when it came out, that OP was so heart pounding and intense and powerful that it just, and the animation and the imagery in the OP was so powerful. And you want the OP to grab your viewers' attention, and it definitely did that. But yeah, so we had this conversation where like Silva said that they were getting tired of mecha, and I didn't know how to process that because like I watch for giant robots and or magical girls. Like that's what I watch. That's what I watch anime for. Yeah, that's also true in Abiru. Um, but we had this thing where like Silva kept suggesting these anime, and I'm just like, that's uh, Pretty Cure. You've mentioned that before. Let me look that up. Sweet Pretty Cure is great. Huh? I'm sorry, what? There's over 850 anime episodes? There's over 850 anime episodes of Pretty Cure. Sweet Pretty Cure, Healing Good Pretty Cure. Ah, it's. Are the fight scenes really cool? Wow, that's pretty cool. The Pretty Cure films are the 7th highest grossing anime film franchise. It's like a subset of a subset, like the anime, it's not just a film franchise, but an anime film franchise. But so each one has a. So I'm presuming since it's essentially Magical Girl Super Sentai, that each season has a different cast, and the stories aren't interconnected at all, so you could watch any one. all quite different. So what's this one you meant? You suggested, Nabaru, Sweet Pretty Cure. This is the one from 2011 and 2012. And they're long seasons, not this 12 episode season shenaniganry. That's interesting. Da, 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 da. Your favorites are Fresh Pretty Cure and Sweet Pretty Cure. Well, so here's the thing. Here's my one concern. If Nabaru likes it, I'm wondering, is there some yabai stuff in this? Because that's just my first thought when I find out that Nabaru likes something. So this isn't the mind-breaky type of magical girl. This is the wholesome kind of magical girl. How's the music in these seasons? Because like I see that I'm reading the outline of Sweet Pretty Cure, and it's talking about where it's about something about some legendary musical tone. And Sweet's focus was music. Not as good as Sinful Gear? Okay. So it's based on music, kind of like Kamen Rider Kiva was based on violins. Every rider season, the writer has some kind of side hobby that's not related to fighting monsters. Okay. So not gonna lie, Power Rangers has not let go of that dinosaur theme, which is Desert Princesses. It's funny, watching Sinful Gear and getting to the end of Sinful Gear and finding out that the story was based on classical astronomy, which kind of felt like it came out of left field, was like, I should have realized it when they started playing with alchemy. But that was an interesting part of Sinful Gear that kind of threw me for a loop. This concept that like I know, but the thing is, they're not having that many Rangers, and they wanted to tell their own story. Like, I'm gonna give them a chance to tell their own story. Like, I'm excited to see Power Rangers evolve into its own, evolve very much into its own independent Western franchise. Like, I'll be excited whenever we get a season that uses no Sentai footage at all. Well, they don't always tell their own story. Some seasons have been attempts at translating uh, the Sentai story and a lot of themes. Like, I mean, I think you yourself pointed out the situation with Power Rangers Samurai, where that whole, like, a lot of that drama was like lifted straight from the Sentai. Ooh, I've never heard of that. Let me look that up. Tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills. Okay. Sent by evil Emperor Gorganis who want to conquer Earth. They had success with a similar attempt with... Yes, Mystic Knights of Tirnanog was amazing. And I will stay mad at Power Rangers Lost Galaxy for Mystic Knights of Tirnanog. Mystic Knights of Tirnanog was supposed to have another season. But they scrapped that season and used the budget that they were going to use for the next season of Mystic Knights of Tirnanog and used that budget in order to fund all of the work they did on Power Rangers Lost Galaxy in order to make it a space themed show and in order to like make all of the props and stuff. Oh, Catgirl. Speaking of Catgirl, I still need to finish watching Escaflowne. A cat girl, but not a cat girl? How does that work, Nabaru? Oh yeah, I meant to... Hold on. I meant to... quote retweet. All the money and still couldn't give us the actual... We had the Lost Galaxy for like 2 episodes. It was probably like a 4-episode stint when they were stuck in the Lost Galaxy. A magical cat that turns into a girl. Oh, okay. So, some of you may have noticed I posted about it on Twitter. I posted about it on Discord. I didn't tag anyone on Discord because it was more of a personal thing. It wasn't a stream announcement, so I didn't want to tag people in it. But I, yesterday... Oh, what's the minor aspect I might like, Nabiru? Yesterday, I set up a bed in the basement, so I have kind of my own room. And I slept in last night, and it was kind of hard getting to sleep at night because like sleeping for the first time in a new place. And then today I was able to sleep, and it's so dark in this basement that like it's so much easier to sleep down here, and it's really bizarre. And I had this really bizarre experience where like I had been holding on to all of this stress and strain that I didn't know I was holding on to, and it wasn't till Yeah, yeah, Nabaru, that kind of became a driving thing at the end of Simple Gear. Um, but like I was able to get to sleep and I just felt so exhausted. Like I had been holding things together for so long and I finally had a chance to let go and just fall asleep. And like I'd intended to do stuff today, but I was just so tired. Like after just like that moment when you've been in on high alert for so long and you finally get a chance to relax. Sweet Pretty Cure, the main villain. The enemies want to revive is noise, the white noise of humanity containing all the negativity. That's interesting. You're not saying what noise reminds you of? Oh. But yeah, so like originally I was planning to do an RPG Maker stream where I was going to work on outlining the combat system and working on doing combat testing and all that stuff to finalize the combat system for my testing game. Because that's all that's really left is the combat and the boss fights and some of the treasure, maybe putting in some of the tutorials and stuff to explain the game in the starting village, and all that, and then decorations. That's all that's left in my test game, right? Um, and I think in my test game I made too many wide open places, um, that just give so much space that needs to be decorated in. And but I just didn't have the energy for it. Like I was so out of it today from just sleeping. Cause spoiler noise form? Okay. Are you kidding me? No. Please tell me this is a joke. I just saw someone post a thing that said that Netflix is doing a live action One Piece coming in 2023, and I'm like, this has got to be a meme. This got to be a fan. Oh nope, apparently it's a thing. All the sagas are fully separate. The movies do crossovers. Yeah, Silva mentioned something like that. Something like they have their team ups. It's not a joke. Oh no no no. See, like Netflix, it either like knocks it out the park or it's just complete booty. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh, so I run Lancer games on Sundays. Lancer is like it's a tabletop RPG where it's like D&D, but the players are mech pilots in this big sci-fi future. It's this really cool kind of niche game. And I had a session, and in this week's session, it was really interesting because there was a lot of like emotional parts, a lot of like character development. All the characters got to do stuff, got to say stuff, got to experience stuff. There was the fruition of a lot of long time goals and things. Um, And then, with how the timing was working, because I had the plan for this one beloved NPC to die, to get killed off, and then to have them do an investigation scene, right? But everything else was taking so much longer. So I was like, okay, cool, because I don't want to rush the investigation scene because this is a beloved NPC. But there was always the chance that the players were just gonna not care, right? So I tried to make it as obvious as possible that something was up. But there was every chance that the players would not care, and I was fully aware of that. That I would put all this planning into this investigation scene, and then the players would just absolutely not care at all. And then it happened, and I'm like, okay, cool. So let's end here. We'll pick up next week, and we'll start next week. We'll start the session with the investigation. And one of my players, and my players as a whole, were just like, oh no. And like, I could have been that jerk and just ended the call and left and like logged off and like left Discord. But they were just like, what? Huh? But one of my players asked to do a thing. And it was a player who's not going to be there next week because of work. So I kind of wanted him to be able to do his thing. So I was like, okay, sure, I'll let him do his thing. I'll let him find one thing. And then that just led to even more questions, right? And then the rest of the party guys like, oh, I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing this. And I did a thing where like the players were rolling, like it was going to be a challenge sequence where they needed to get 5 successes before they got 8 failures. And a critical success counted as 2 successes. They, as a group, rolled 3 critical successes back to back to back in order to plow through the investigation. And I haven't even given them all the information of all of the stuff that they've discovered yet, because I'm going to be giving that at the start of next session. And it was just, I just thought it was really funny how the players were like, no, you killed off a beloved NPC. We're running this back now. And it was really funny because when I gave the players some free downtime to do whatever they want, I planned for a place where like the players could do whatever they want. The players said they wanted to visit this NPC a few days before I was planning to have her killed off. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna lead into this. I'm gonna use this as a chance to drop some hints, and start setting up stuff. But I don't know if I disappointed my players, because all my players said that whenever they heard that they had to go back to this NPC's house in the morning, they're all telling them, like, as stuff was happening, all of them are like, oh no, something terrible is going to happen. This is too good. This is too much happiness. Something terrible is going to happen. And one of my players was like, no, it's okay. You've just been conditioned by brutal DMs that always take that don't let your characters be happy. You know, Orian's not that kind of DM. It's okay. And then another player is like, Orian's not grimdark. Orian wouldn't do this kind of grimdark super evil stuff. And I'm like, I do let them have a lot of happiness, but there has to be an impetus to move the story along, right? And there's a lot more going on than meets the eye. And the thing with Lancer that I like, as opposed to D&D, is there's no revival. There is no find a cleric and bring her back. This is permanent. She gone. And the players have to deal with the fact that she essentially left them control of her farm, and her farm is the largest employer in the town. So they're like, if we bungle this up, the entire town is gonna be messed up. it was quite sensational. Kind of like a D&D Nuzlocke, Nabiru. I've seen bits and pieces of Kamen Rider Hibiki. Why? What got you? What's on your mind, Nabiru? All right. What? What have you got, Nabiru? You're thinking something devious. Oh, you shared a pick in memes. Okay, let me take a look. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Yeah, as far as Precure, like right now, we're like partway through Macross 7, and we're just starting from the beginning of um we're just starting from the beginning of Attack on Titan. So we're probably gonna plow through those before we pick up any other animes, just because I do want to actually be making progress on animes. Probably bouncing around between things, but then after we finish one of those, we might pick up Precure or something. Hibiki of Sweet Precure as Kamen Rider Hibiki both use the same. Is her name actually Hibiki? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. It's the Sentai of Magic. Yes, it is. Yes, yet Kamen Rider. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's get rolling. All right. Also, I put a link to the YouTube stream that I'm using as music in the background in the description. So if you want to listen to more of this medieval lo-fi music, you can follow that link and go check out their medieval lo-fi 24/7 thing. Hashtag not sponsored, but definitely want to shout out awesome work. All right. So, we had I've been writing very sporadically. It's been hard to find the time and energy to write recently. Um, but whenever I find it, I find it. I wrote this whole meeting scene where Hazel and Fern um go to the meeting at Fake's Coffee in order to learn more about what's going on, and I tried to do more showing than I did telling. And I think it came out pretty well. Um, I would do what I would do is every time I would have you say something, I would write out the entire sentence, then I'd pick a part of the sentence that would be thematically appropriate and have him get cut off there in order to create misunderstandings that showed more of the chaos of the scene. All right, so and uh all right, so that was 4. Next is chapter 5, which is action. Hazel starts piloting one of the rebellion ships uh, for some of the raids on research labs. He starts to become good friends with and earn the trust of the leadership. His decisions end up saving lives, and people begin to look up to him. All right. Nope, not 6, 5. One plot development that I'm definitely working on here is having Fern expressing some of her concern um with Hazel getting involved with the rebellion as she's trying to think about his future. And that's going to come into play later on in the story. But I wanted to start dropping those seeds now because I really like whenever you have something that is hinted at way earlier and then those hints come back around and make you go, oh, oh, oh. You know what I mean? All right. See, this is doing a lot of telling, but I wanted to do some showing. See, this is doing a lot of telling. Because I was gonna like skim over some stuff, but I really want... I have to decide what parts of this scene do I want to show, right? Because I want to keep the narrative moving. I want to keep things moving at a good pace. I want to keep, but I also want to make sure I'm showing the stuff enough to tell the story. Let me make sure I've established, because did I establish Fern before I started having her change character? Let me go back and read how I established her before. Can I put that in the description that she has red hair and green eyes? Can I put that in my notes? Checking my notes document. Red hair, green eyes, freckles. Yeah, okay. I put that in there. Okay. I'm worried I didn't establish Fern's character before I started showing her being different. That's a thought that's crossing my head, right? Because we barely had 2 lines with her. kind of glazed over it, and then where she's been seen, she's been just a sourpuss. No, but Baka. Okay. Okay. Oh, speaking of soon things, right? You'll get a kick out of this, Nabiru. Speaking of soon things, I was talking to my housemates earlier, right? And um so before I got my own bed, which is one of the things I shared about that I did this weekend, I got my own bed. Um I had been sharing a bed with my roommate and his girlfriend. And it had been kind of cramped, not the best accommodations, but like I was grateful to have a bed. And um I was like, I'm not ungrateful for the situation I was in. It was just like trying to fit three full-grown people onto a single air mattress was a bit rough. Um, and then the housemates told me that my roommate had been like acting weird and was like, it's really weird without him here in the bed. And he started talking about wanting to come downstairs and drag me back upstairs. And being like he missed me or something up there. And like that was just kind of funny. I thought you'd get a kick out of that, Nabiru. Yes, soon in real life. Maybe. Maybe. It's definitely something. Um I just thought it was really funny that apparently he was kind of not freaking out, but he was acting out a little bit. Also, one of my housemates had a friend over, and it again just reinforced for me how weird it is for me that like having some new person show up in stream or meeting a new person online is always exciting because like I get to hear about what's going on in their life and I'm able to like stay in control of what I'm doing and what I'm saying and how the conversation's going and the flow of the conversation and all that. Um and stuff just kind of flows when I meet a person online. Meet a new person IRL, oh goodness. Oh goodness, I am absolutely positively lost. Didn't know how to talk to this person at all. And then it was funny because I talked to this person and I thought I'd got over it and then we'd had an understanding. And then I came back downstairs to take a nap. And then I went back upstairs to go brush my teeth and I bumped into the same person again. And she apparently had just completely forgotten that she'd met me at all and didn't even recognize me whatsoever. And it was like having to meet her again. And that was just super awkward. And I was just going to like roll with it. But then my friend's kid was like, "You already met him." And she's like, "I don't think I did." I'm like, "Well, yeah, you kind of did, but it's okay." It's not even like I was wearing different clothes or something. Alright, now I need to figure out who's in this office with you. YEWU, not YOU. I know you're not in an office, Nabaru. You're probably a good student. You probably never get called to the office, right, Nabaru? Tell me, Nabaru. You can be honest with me. Did you ever get called to the office in school? To I don't know. I don't know. Nabaru just gives off these like good student vibes. Aw, that sounds adorable and wholesome, Nabaru. You went to the office to spend time with your cool teachers. Aw. Alright. That's funny, Nabaru. So the restaurant workers. Restaurant workers is the belated revolt led by Iris. And Iris. They're going home at 2:30. Students must leave the property by a certain time type of thing. Oh, really? So you just kind of could hang around however long you wanted? After school clubs, programs to help students, or just chill in the cafeteria? Tell me, Nabiru, did you have to pay for the school lunches when you were in school, or did your school even offer school lunches? Students paid, but there were programs that would help you. You could also work in the cafeteria to get free lunches too. Oh, that's really cool, Nabiru. My school days consisted of getting dropped off around 7 a.m. and being picked up around 6 p.m. Uh, you must have kept really busy in school, Nabiru. Tell me, I have to know, Nabiru, since I know you write like scenarios and do RP stuff. When you were in school, did you write fan fiction? You can be honest with me, Nabiru. Did you write fan fiction? You didn't know about. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so when I was a kid, right? This is gonna sound so cringy. It is so cringy and so bad. I was like late middle school. Yeah, it was like late middle school that I discovered anime because I discovered Zoids. I mean, everybody watched Pokemon, right? So like there was Pokemon, and I used to have lots. I used to imagine lots of things about Pokemon. Um, but I discovered Zoids, and I was so enthralled with the world of Zoids. I tried writing this fan, and I thought Oh, that's that's adorable, Nabiru. So when I was a kid, I thought all anime was made by a single company, and I thought it was called Japanimation. I was so I was that stereotypical Western anime viewer that didn't know anything about Japan. And it didn't help that I wasn't watching anime about Japan. I was watching anime about other magical worlds. You know, watching anime about the world of Zoids. I wrote this thing where like it was an isekai story where I got isekai'd into the world of Zoids. Um yeah, it was an isekai story where I got isekai'd into the world of Zoids and had to go on a grand adventure. I never finished the story. I think I told my mom about it, or like I was talking to my mom about it because I would talk about all kinds of stuff. And like it was so silly. So like in my story, um in my story, my dad was the one who like saw me going on the adventure to go save the world and was like, "Go get him, son." And my mom, when I told my mom about it, she's like, "No, he'd be the one freaking out. I'd be the one who'd be like, 'Go get him.' He'd be the one who was freaking out." It was so funny. It was this funny, adorable moment between me and my mom. But she seemed hurt that I didn't write her as the one to be like, "Go charge forth into dangerous situations." Well, I made my stories on my own when I was a kid, but like, yeah, playing RPGs, doing that is literally just playing pretend with our friends. There's this Twitter, uh, yeah, there's this Twitter influencer I follow who like does uh he apparently plays D&D with his 6-year-old and lets his 6-year-old be the DM. And he just does goofy stuff and has fun with it and lets his 6-year-old just have fun as they're all playing. And it's just and like a lot of people whenever like he started getting popular and his things started getting adorable because it was this mixture of D&D plus kids say the darndest things, right? With his posts. I think it was dude. I don't know, their posts. Um and uh then out of nowhere, people started trying to cancel them and be like, "You're making this up. There's no way a 6-year-old would have the vocabulary to be able to do and say the things that you're saying your 6-year-old DM does. There's no way a kid would have the wherewithal to understand the complex rules of D&D." And like I commented on it. I was like, "Yo, we are all literally just playing pretend with some rules to make it fair. Like there is no reason that like a very bright 6 or 7-year-old couldn't wrap their head around the basics of this game, or at least wrap their head around the lore of this game enough to run a story. Even if you're not running combat encounters, because I imagine they probably just do mostly roleplay stuff." hmm Um, I think the 6-year-old DM thing. I think that the person is like calls themselves Red Worm or something. But they made a post earlier today that was like think it was today, either today or yesterday. And they're like, you know, their kid asks, high wisdom means you're supposed to be a high wisdom character means you're supposed to be very wise and have a lot of situational awareness. Not situational awareness. Have like, I can't remember the word they use. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh, father. So it is a dude. Yeah, high wisdom means you have good judgment, right? Yes, that's true. Then why do your characters with high wisdom act like fools? And the dude said, good question. And then he answered in the replies. He said, it's because he's playing D&D with his kid and he wants to have fun. So of course he's going to do what's the most fun, even if it's a foolish thing to do. He's going to do what's the most fun thing for his character to do. Speaking of people getting canceled, I heard somebody talking about like people were trying to cancel Mr. Beast. Let me look that up real quick. Like a lot of people have tried to cancel Mr. Beast over the year. What was it? It was something like the picture. I don't know what happened. I just know that the picture was a picture of like Mr. Beast and 1,000 blind people get to see for the first time. There we go. Yeah. So Mr. Beast, here it is. Da, 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 da. He goes, yeah, he does this whole thing. So what people are trying, he takes people through what happened. And he goes on a mission to cure 1,000 people from blindness. But yet people were trying to call like at least one person. I don't know how many people were doing it, but because of the whole curing blindness thing, people were trying to say that Mr. Beast is the Antichrist because he's performing modern day miracles. And I was like, you're stretching that real hard. So this is where we're getting into detailing what the plan is. In the story right now, I've introduced Iris, introduced uh, some of the stuff where this is like the formation of the organization, where they're forming. I feel like this is a much more natural way for the collaboration to form. I'm testing a lot of I'm workshopping a lot of other names for the combined rebellion, but um, still tinkering with a lot of stuff. But we haven't gotten there yet. Thank you, Sam. Good to see you. How was your weekend, Sam? Oh, that's great. That's great. Is the web novel what's going on with your visual novel? Didn't you say you have that like ready to go? You just have to publish it or something? What's the status with that? Lilith wants to buy your soul. Oh, it's on itch right now. That's really exciting. That's so great. I'm so happy for you. How many did I have in this thing? Let me check. So what's your web novel about? How is that going? One, two, three, four. Rotten Fighters, Belated Revolt, Media Insurgents, and Fluke Rebels. Yeah. About a group of teenagers playing Mafia, another death game novel. Ooh. Okay, sure. I really should get better at this. This story I'm working on is the first one that I started working on that I'd eventually shelved in order to work on my lore novel, and I'm picking it back up and doing a rewrite of the first draft, so it's technically my second draft. It is called Halcyon Avenging, and it's a working title for now. It takes place in a sci-fi world in which all of the technology is some kind of plant. There's no fire, no metal, no stone. Everything is some kind of treated plant. Yes, with plants instead of tech tropes. They use and yes, the lore novels for NaNoWriMo. And this was yes, it's a plant-only tech world. And at the beginning of the novel, the world government announces that they have declared humanity a failure, and that they are planning to completely exterminate all of humanity. And then from that spirals all of this story of yeah, it goes from 0 to 100 real quick. My first chapter is spent building up the world as this normal thing, and the main character has all of these hopes and dreams for the future, and is just having a wonderful life and thinking about his career and chatting with his friend about what he wants to do with his life. And then like chapter 2, when the inciting incident happens, just gets that dropped on his morning as he's reading his morning paper. And as the story unfolds, more stuff is revealed about the past of this world, in which 20 years before the start of the story, there'd been a revolution in which the governmental party Roja Crucius, which is the one who rules the world right now, took over. Before Roja Crucius was this other governmental party, which I still don't have a name for the old government that ruled in the Halcyon days of goodness and peace. And that previous government had ruled humanity for 1,000 years of peace and prosperity, but no technological advancement. And people got antsy, got kind of bored. Not bored. They got restless because it felt like there was no progress being made. Every single day was exactly the same. Nothing was changing for 1,000 years, which Roja Crucius took advantage of in order to lead to their hostile takeover of the government, which led to them reintroducing money and reintroducing capitalism, and creating the broken world that we find the main character in. And so the character is learning about these things that were before his time, and how all of that stuff involved with that revolution is coming to fruition here, and how so much of that set up for what's happening here in this situation. I really need to get a short way to describe it, but basically, government declares that they want to end all of humanity, except they don't want to end everyone. They want to like save themselves and a few select others in order to restart the world in their own image. So the main character joins a rebellion and is working to try to rebel against this oppressive government. Except the government's being controlled by this high council of massive businesses. Yes, that's what I'm going for. I'm going for a plant punk novel. Yeah. It's going to be a long one. I'm planning this one to be about 90,000 words. I'm planning for this story to be about 90,000 words because um partway through, after the end of the first act, yes, plant ships, plant bullets. They got airships. There's going to be a lot of airship action in the story. Um, but partway through the story, I introduced this air pirate, Brief Stormblood, who becomes kind of like an antagonist slash secondary protagonist. And so I'm telling the story from these two different points of view, and I'm showing as these two different things. So I'm telling, so like I've followed this plot structure that has this 3-act plot structure, but I'm doing Act 1 and 2 twice, in which I'm doing Act 1 for Hazel, which is the main character, Act 1 for Grief, then Act 2 for Hazel, then Act 2 for Grief, but then Act 3 is whenever they come together, and I'm going to do Act 3. I might do a little bit longer chapters, but um, it's going to be this like this story where it's bouncing between their perspectives and going between the two different perspectives in each chapter in order to show how things are coming together. That's the plan. I couldn't find any good plot outlines or plot structures for writing a story with multiple protagonists, so I'm kind of just winging it. I kind of just took a plot structure, because I'm a plotter. I'm not a pantser, I'm a plotter. So I took the plot structure I'd been using for my lore novel, that basic plot structure, and I kind of just duplicated it. So I took the 27 chapter structure and like kind of duplicated it. Yeah, there's plant bullets, there's plant bombs. Where did I do this? I came up with a list of names. There we go. I have this list of generated names. All of the uh oh. Oh, thank you for coming, Silva. Good night. I hope you get some good rest. All right, so. So this is the part where where the plan gets revealed, where they're gonna do one pass, drop a bomb to blow open the top of the building, and then on their return pass, drop another bomb that should level the research facility and then make their way out. I hope I don't get shadow banned for using the BOMB word. So one interesting thing about this story is that like it's kind of refreshing how like openly evil the mega corporation is. Like they're not mincing words. They're not trying to play a PR game. They just straight up say, "Yeah, we're going to exterminate humanity because we can." And there's something quite, I think, for me at least, there's something kind of humorous about having a villainous organization that's so transparently evil, but they have so much power and have set themselves up to be so crucial to the goings on of society that no one that they believe no one can do anything to stop them. Yeah. it is kind of fun and can be kind of funny. Not gonna lie, it can be kind of funny. Um, because we're so used to in our own world villainous mega corporations playing this intense PR game to gaslight everyone else into thinking that they're the problems just for wanting basic human rights. Is that not how roller coaster is spelled? Hold on, how is roller coaster spelled? No, that's how roller coaster is spelled. Oh, it's 2 words. Oh, is roller coaster. When used as a noun, it's used as 2 words. When used as an adjective, the 2 words become hyphenated. Roller coaster can either be a 2-word phrase or a single compound word. Both are acceptable. Okay. Okay. The random things we look up as... Yeah, I always thought it was 1 word. All right. Well, I'm not using Grammarly right now. I'm using OpenOffice. I'm gonna see how much of this I can get done before I pay for the paid Grammarly thing. In order to try to run through everything and do a proofreading check. That's gonna be an experience. So like you can get Grammarly for free, right? But if you get the paid version of Grammarly, it has like a lot more features and like line editing and stuff and a lot of other really cool stuff and like style editing and all that. And like the paid version of Grammarly is like $12.90 a month for the tier that I was looking into. So I'm planning to just get that for like a month and then cancel the next month. Yeah. But for like grammar and line editing and sentence suggestions, I'm planning to do that for my lore novel. That's gonna be the next step for my lore novel, and I'm curious how far I can get with this in the next month or so. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a little bit uh I'm gonna be a little bit hesitant to go through the entire document, but like I already have stuff like there's at least like 1 chapter I want to add or at least extend in my lore novel. So like going through 60,000 words with that kind of line by line. Oh, jeez, I'm yawning. Going through like 60,000 words, that kind of line by line editing is going to be an adventure. How do I spell naive? Oh. Well, we're gonna have to do without the fancy accent for now, Sam. Okay. So this is where it's starting to express Almond's betrayal because Almond is driven by these naive ideals, and unknown to everybody, Almond started the fuse early and caused the bomb to go off midair instead of going off when it was supposed to, which is when it hit the roof. So it didn't blow the entire roof off. What's the left side wing? Parts of a ship. Nope, that's not what I want. Here we go. Port. Left side is port side. Gotta know these naval terms for doing airship combat. Oh, thank you, Sam. It was great to have you. Have yourself a good night. I definitely appreciate your input, and it was definitely good writing here. I hope you enjoyed the background music. I found this Medieval Lofi uh, channel that gave me permission to use their music on my stream, uh, which is what we're listening to tonight. I thought it might be nice to have a slightly different playlist than the normal Lo-Fi Girl. Oh, that's cool. Well, if you like it, I left a link to the Medieval Lo-Fi 24/7 stream in my description. So if you wanna go check out them, there's a link there. They didn't say I had to attribute them, and like it's Creative Commons music, so like I don't technically have to, but I wanted to give some kind of attribution if I was gonna be using their music in my stream. You know what I mean? It just felt wrong to not do some kind of a thing, you know? Cool. think it's starboard is the other side. It's like port and starboard. I know I should have kept this picture up. Yeah, starboard. Okay. Hey, Okusen, how are you doing? How are you doing? Do you still hate me for that Lancer game? The thumbs up applies to both of my questions? Okay. Alright, I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know if I'd let you down or broke your heart or... Because I remember, like, you were one of the ones who'd mentioned that, like, when things were going really good, you kept feeling like things were going to go bad, but you kept telling yourself, no, Orian's not that kind of a DM. Oh, are some of the icons not working? But yeah, I remember you were one of the ones who was like, Orion wouldn't break our hearts like that, wouldn't give us good things just to take them away. And I didn't know if I'd let you down in some way. I think this is where we'll end the chapter. I think this is like, I wanted to have a little bit more. I think I wanted to do too much in this chapter. Let's see how many words we got tonight. 1,700 words. That's not bad. We're almost at 10,000 words in draft 2. That's pretty good. Yeah, like, I don't just do nice things just to make bad things happen. And I do try to do things in a reasonable and believable way. But things did get a little bit dark. But didn't get as dark as it could have been. Goodness. When Juno's player mentioned how she was worried I'd gone to some grimdark thing where, like, saying that character, like, killed her son or some kind of horrible thing. Like, no, I wouldn't go that far. Not without a really good reason. There'd have to be a really, really important plot reason for me to go that dark. Yeah. Alright, let's start winding down for the night. Change over. Yeah, it was interesting, and there's gonna be more stuff that I didn't reveal yet that you got for succeeding the investigation that you'll find at the beginning of next session. I just I also hope that I didn't like make you too sad. I remember you were one of the ones who mentioned that like it's not okay because you're sad now. And I do hope that I didn't make you too sad with that scene. Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. I thought you were joking, but I always take into account the possibility that maybe you're serious. Yeah, we're all writing the story together. I like to give you all creative freedom to come up with your own things. Like, I still don't know how your character eats. Like, for all I know, your character's mouth could like split open like an insect and pull out some kind of mandibles and start digesting food. Yeah. Yeah, I have a very methodical and somewhat randomized process I use for planning out some of the uh, some of the plot developments in this campaign. And I will admit that while I was running a little bit late for prepping for this session because there were so many things going on in my life, I'm very glad at how the session came together. Like, so the players had there's this longtime person who's like an NHP, which is like a essentially an alien being made of math, an extra dimensional alien being made of math that humans have trapped and bound to their service and use like little AI genie. Um, and one of them has been free of their bounds for a long time and wanted to make itself a body to download itself into. Um, and uh, there was this whole thing with like introducing that character to like the human world, to what it's like having a physical body, and then dealing with the fact that like this one person who used to have access to this like infinite data, almost borderline infinite database of knowledge and information, now was restricted by a very mortal brain. And um did not have the advanced detailed sensors that she was used to, and had to deal with things with the very imperfect senses of a mortal body. And that led to some really great interaction. And there was this one part. So yeah. Um it was quite good. And then there was this one part that I had a lot of fun with. So I don't know if you saw this, Nabiru, but one of my players put in the meme chat D&D plot hooks involving bears. And I read that and was completely motivated to involve bears in the campaign. And so I'd introduced the bears and I tried to make them plot relevant, but they weren't super plot relevant. They were so plot irrelevant that one of the players decided that her character just didn't process their existence and was completely unaware of them, and it didn't change a whole lot about the story. Actually, it did change a lot, but like not any of the major stuff. So then I had the bears become key parts of a circus. And I normal, well, okay. I don't know how normal you can call a bear that's capable of uh throwing daggers, dancing, howling and howling on in tune with the music, doing a get telepathy. You all convinced me of the telepathy. That's where I was gonna draw the line, but you all convinced me of that telepathy. They all got to pet the bears because I knew one of my players said that as soon as she heard about bears, she was hoping that her character would get to live her dream of being able to pet a bear's ear. One of the players, after seeing how crazy the bears were, just leaned in as like, "Can you talk?" And I was gonna be like, "Have nothing happen," but then the players kind of revolted when I said nothing happened, and I'm like, "Fine, fine. You get a telepathic message that says not verbally." It's like, okay, all right, good. It was kind of funny watching all of my players revolt, though. They just could not accept that that was where I drew the line. I guess that's one of those instances in which I let everybody have a hand in the story. And I'm willing to be flexible. Yeah, but can you get a bear into a leotard? Yeah, the bear was doing acrobatics maneuvers. The bears were all doing things. There was one thing like I had hold on, let me pull up my list. Alright, let me pull up my list of all the events. I actually sat down and I planned out um I sat down and I planned out all the events that were going to be in this circus with the bears. The first, it started with a bear riding a unicycle with a melon balanced on its head. And as these go on, you can see as I came up with crazier and crazier things for the bears to be doing. Like already, a bear riding a unicycle, that's kind of crazy, right? A bear and a crew member walking a tightrope together had them do some acrobatic stuff. Bear and a crew member doing the acrobatic show thing where like they swing from one bar to another on the swings, and then like they hold each other as they go from one bar to the next. Then I had a bear throwing daggers at one of the crew members who's spinning around on a dial. One of those things where the person spins and somebody else throws. And it was funny because one of the bear in an orange jumpsuit. That sounds hilarious. So when that happened with the bear throwing the daggers, two of my players were like, well, one of my players was totally like, I could totally do that. And then the other player, because their characters are a couple, and the other character was just like, she was like, I could totally see you doing that. Like, would you get onto the dial? Yeah, I'd get onto the dial. I trust you. Then a bear and a crew member who's in clown makeup doing a comedy routine with some slapstick comedy. Had bears slow dancing around the main circle of the circus in time to music. Then the bears used their howls to sing songs in a choir, and they were on key, which terrified my players. They were just like, that shouldn't be possible with bear vocal cords. Then we had a cannon appeared, and everyone's like, "Oh, they're gonna fire a bear out of a cannon. This is gonna be cool." But no, the bear operated the cannon, firing a person out of the cannon. Then the bear sawed someone in half doing one of those saw in half magic shows. Then you had a person trying to do a card trick on a bear, but then the bear just roars at him and he drops all the cards as everyone starts laughing. Then it had bears riding motorbikes and racing around the circle of the circus, the main circle. The main center ring, that's what it is. That's what it's called, the center ring. And then it ended with the entire crew doing this song and dance number with bears doing tumbles and different dance moves to the music. And then the center top of the circus tent opened up for a fireworks show in the finale. And I thought the players enjoyed it. I thought it was really well. I thought it was really cool. I did a lot of narrating, but I think my players enjoyed the ridiculousness of the bear circus. And because of the players convincing me to make them telepathic, I changed their backstory to be even darker. Yeah, but there were plenty of bears. What's this one? Beepo, bear in an orange jumpsuit. Let's see this Beepo. Aww. Looks kind of like Naruto a little bit with the orange jumpsuit. Bear in a... I'm sure there are anime style pics of it. Yeah, it's anime. Anything is possible. Found lots of stuffed animals of bears in ballet leotards. That's funny. Yeah, you can't even put a snake in a swimsuit. I'm not sure how they'd wear it, but okay. Alright. Let's see if there's anything cool in... Monster Musume Ova had the characters go to a pool, one of which was named Mila was in a swimsuit. That's funny. Is Monster Musume the monster the Monster Girl investigator thing, or was that something else? Oh, Mila's the Lamia, right? The like snake girl thing. It's funny to me that like um Flavor was a fake company that got made by Pipkin Pippa, but like so Pipkin Pippa is this streamer from Phase Connect who like does kind of like a lot of edgy and really over the top content. And for one of her streams, she used an AI art generator in order to make art to make her own VTuber, make a VTuber company, and to put her obsession with VTubers to work to show that with her obsession with VTubers, she could develop the perfect VTubers that would blow up and be successful and develop an entire company all by herself. That was the goal of the stream, right? Um, and hold on one second, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry, my roommate wanted to talk to me about something. Um, but yeah, so Pipkin Pippa made wanted to say about her knowledge of VTubers would allow her to make the perfect VTubers and make a VTube company from scratch. And it was supposed to be this meme, and it's supposed to be a thing where like every once in a while she'd make a new generation and whatever, right? Wasn't supposed to go anywhere. Well, the community took it and ran with it, and a couple of them have become VTubers. People have made art, have made fully functional models, and out of this art, or based on this art that Pipkin Pippa generated, and I just saw a notification where Flavor, someone made a Twitter account for Flavor, and they're like doing the thing that you expect VTuber companies to do and advertising the other Flavor streams. And I'm like, does this parody thing become an actual thing? Just, it's funny how that all worked out. Let me see if there's any cool memes to react to on Facebook. That's mostly what I go to Facebook for, is the memes. Oh, Lazulite, Nijisanji Lazulite did perform Diamond City Lights in 3D. That's so cool. Okay. All right. Let's see. Sorry, I got distracted because someone had an image of their bird, a video of their bird doing really weird things. I'm not seeing any good memes. This is funny. I accidentally bought my cat Cantrip instead of catnip. And now she's casting Eldritch Blast at me from the overlook of her cat tree while demanding wet food only. Someone commented, said, now I imagine a Tabaxi wizard with catnip cantrip. I asked my daughter to give me a phone book. She laughed at me, called me a boomer, and lent me her iPhone. So the spider is dead, her iPhone is broken, and my daughter is furious. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Son, can I have ice cream for dinner? Me, no. Son, you did. Me, I have more things to be sad about than you. So like, there's this, my roommate was like, you like being on here, you don't like people anymore, you hate humanity. I'm like, no, I still come up there. I just needed time away. Like, people are exhausting for me. In real life. Online, it's fine, but like in real life, people are exhausting for me. Told my daughter, go to bed, the cows are sleeping in the field. She said, what's that got to do with anything? I said, that means it's past your bedtime. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. I got a job sketching suspects at the police station. I'm a con artist. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I love it. I love the... I love the dad jokes. What have we got here? Aw, I don't know how to feel about this. Despite his skill, Baseball Hall of Famer Rube Waddle showed various unpredictable behaviors, including leaving mid-game to go fishing. He was also very easily distracted by shiny objects, puppies, who he would leave the field to play with. Oh, he would leave the field to go play with puppies. And fire trucks, which he would chase. Is he just a dog in person form? All right, so let's close it up for the night. Ugh. Oh my gosh, I see an image of someone cosplaying, a bunch of people cosplaying as a packed tour bus with a mic'd up tour guide walking around a convention. That's hilarious. All right. Oh man, I'm hungry. I need to make some food. Probably eat something once I finish stream. All right. Not seeing any good memes to react to. What? Sorry about that. That was disgusting. Over the last 9 years, Minecraft players on this server have placed over 1 billion blocks recreating Westeros from Game of Thrones. That's hilarious. Not hilarious. That's exciting. Like that is really intense. But it looks like one giant city. Isn't Westeros a continent? All right. All right. Yeah, it was a good writing day. Got 1,700 words done, which felt pretty good. Got an entire chapter knocked out. I think it was pretty productive. We hung out. We talked about anime. Talked about talked about life and stuff, about plans, about anime, about reading, about writing. Got a lot of writing done. I think it was a really good stream. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Oh no! I'm so sorry, Naberu. What were you saying? I really want to know what you were saying. Was it just reacting to what I was saying? Complaining about lack of memes, so I was telling you. Oh, you were telling me places to go? Oh. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Someone shared an image of American football coaches versus European football coaches. And it's like, is it just me or do European football coaches look like Bond villains? Unlike the US ones who look like Austin Power villains. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. Reddit and Twitter has a lot of anime pages nowadays, so many people can make entire videos of just scrolling through them. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go through Reddit. Let me take a look at Reddit. Because I can't do stuff looking through Facebook because it's my personal Facebook. How would I do this? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Sorry, I'm getting distracted again. Gosh. All right. So I'd like to end my streams by doing some positive affirmations for all of you Star Hunters and all of the viewers. So I want to say to Nabiru, Okusen, Silva, Sam, I think that was all of you. Yep. To all of you who talked in chat and to all of you who didn't talk in chat, anyone who was lurking, watching from the background quietly, anyone who watches the VOD, I want to say to all of you that I love all of you and I believe in each and every one of you. I think that you all are wonderful, powerful, unique, and special. I believe that each of you has a one-of-a-kind energy that only you can bring to everything you do. I think that you all make this world a better place, and I'm grateful every day to live in a world with you in it. Thank you for giving your time and your energy and your attention to me as you have watched my stream or watched this VOD. I want to say thank you for coming to the stream. With that said, I would like to ask if you could like the stream or the VOD. It helps the algorithm with suggesting it to other people, and I always love showing it to other people. If you have any friends or people that you think might enjoy my content, feel free to invite them to my stream or to show them my content. I look forward to meeting lots and lots of new people as we expand the community to constantly be a group that is encouraging each other always. Also, if you have any suggestions, thoughts, or ideas and you're watching the VOD, please feel free to comment. Leave a comment. I will read it as long as you're not banned. I may not act on all of them and I might not respond to all of them, but I do read them all. Like I said, as long as I physically can, because you're not banned, I will read them. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing here on YouTube, you can hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed and ding the notification bell. Let you know whenever I go live or when I release any new content. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing outside of YouTube, there's links where you can follow me on Twitter or join my Discord in the description down below. I hope you all have a wonderful night and remember that you are amazing. Always remember the Star Hunter motto, shoot for the stars, have wonderful adventures, live your dreams, and always, always, always stop to enjoy the meme. Also, remember, you don't have to donate to be a part of this community. You don't have to pay to be welcome here. I want you to know that your attention and your time and your energy is payment enough. But with that said, if you ever feel motivated to donate to improve the stream or to improve my life, there are links where you can do that below in the description. Thank you for the stars, Okusen, the stars and the hearts. Have yourselves a good night, and I believe next stream is going to be... Let me check something real quick. Why is there a lot of stuff in this? I was gonna see when the last thing was. 25. 117 was the last one. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, so that means... Yep, tomorrow I'm playing Lancer. Sorry, I had to check that to see if I was playing Lancer tomorrow. I didn't want to give you all bad information, and it's kind of hard to go back and say it. But next stream is going to be Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, EST. Probably going to be playing more Armored Core. We'll see how that goes as we're pushing through with this story. Have yourselves a wonderful night, and good night, everybody.